The Wahine was a majestic ferry, a symbol of modern New Zealand. Launched in 1965, she was the largest and most luxurious ship of her kind in the southern hemisphere. The Wahine connected the North and South Islands, carrying passengers and vehicles across the Cook Strait. She was a lifeline for New Zealand, facilitating trade and travel between the islands. The Wahine was a source of pride for New Zealanders. She represented progress and innovation, connecting communities and bolstering the nation's economy. Her regular sailings across the Cook Strait were a testament to New Zealand's maritime prowess and ambition. The Wahine also played a crucial role in New Zealand's tourism industry. Her spacious decks, comfortable cabins, and panoramic views attracted visitors from around the world. She offered a unique and unforgettable way to experience the beauty and grandeur of New Zealand's coastline. However, the Wahine's story took a tragic turn on April 10, 1968. This date would forever be etched in New Zealand's history as the day the Wahine, this symbol of hope and progress, met her tragic end. On April 10, 1968, a fierce storm lashed New Zealand. Cyclone Giselle, a powerful tropical cyclone, had swept down from the Pacific. It collided with another intense weather system off the coast of Wellington. The result was a meteorological maelstrom. Winds howled with hurricane force exceeding 100 miles per hour. Torrential rain lashed the country, flooding streets and causing widespread damage. The seas were whipped into a frenzy, with towering waves crashing against the coastline. The Cook Strait, known for its unpredictable conditions, was particularly treacherous. The narrow channel between the North and South Islands acted like a funnel, amplifying the storm's fury. Waves reached heights of over 30 feet, crashing onto the shores with terrifying power. It was in these perilous conditions that the Wahine, oblivious to the full extent of the storm's power, embarked on her final voyage. The Wahine left Lyttelton Harbor on the South Island, bound for Wellington on the North Island. On board were 610 passengers and 123 crew members, unaware of the impending disaster. As the Wahine entered the Cook Strait, the full force of the storm became terrifyingly clear. The ship was tossed about like a toy in the monstrous waves. Hurricane-force winds ripped at her superstructure. The Wahine was designed to handle rough seas, but this storm was unlike anything she had encountered before. The relentless onslaught of wind and waves began to take its toll. Visibility was reduced to near zero by driving rain and sea spray. The ship's radar failed, blinding her in the raging storm. The Wahine was now battling not only the storm but also a loss of critical navigation equipment. She was effectively sailing blind. Despite the perilous conditions, Captain Hector Robertson and his crew fought bravely to keep the Wahine afloat. They struggled to maintain control of the vessel as the storm raged around them, hoping against hope to ride out the tempest and reach the safety of Wellington Harbor. At 5:50 a.m., disaster struck. The Wahine, battered and disoriented, was driven onto Barrett Reef at the entrance to Wellington Harbor. The impact sent shockwaves through the ship. Passengers were thrown from their bunks, luggage tumbled, and fear gripped those on board. Despite the grounding, there was initial hope that the Wahine could be saved. The storm showed signs of abating. Rescue tugs were dispatched to tow her to safety, however the tide was against them. As the hours passed, the Wahine's situation deteriorated. The relentless waves pounded her hull, causing further damage. The once proud ship began to list heavily to port, her decks tilting precariously towards the sea. It became horrifyingly clear that the Wahine was sinking. The order to abandon ship was given at 1:15 p.m. Passengers and crew scrambled for life jackets and crowded onto the tilting decks. The scene was one of chaos and terror, as people fought to escape the sinking vessel. Section 5, A Nation in Mourning, the Aftermath of the Disaster. The rescue operation was fraught with danger. The storm, though abating, still churned the seas. Rescue boats struggled to reach the stricken Wahine. Heroic efforts by civilians, many in small fishing boats, saved countless lives. Tragically, 53 people lost their lives in the disaster. Some drowned, others succumbed to hypothermia in the frigid waters. The nation was plunged into mourning. New Zealand had never before experienced a maritime disaster of this magnitude. The immediate aftermath was a blur of grief and disbelief. The nation struggled to comprehend the scale of the tragedy. Funerals were held across the country as families and communities mourned their loved ones. The sinking of the Wahine had a profound impact on New Zealand society. it shattered the nation's sense of invincibility. The Cook Strait, once a symbol of connection, now evoked fear and sorrow. Section 6. Remembering the Wahine Memorials and Legacy. In the wake of the disaster, memorials were erected to honor the victims and the heroism of the rescuers. The Wahine Memorial Park in Wellington stands as a solemn reminder of the tragedy. It features a granite wall inscribed with the names of those who perished. The Wahine Disaster also led to a comprehensive inquiry. Its findings resulted in significant changes to maritime safety regulations. These included improved weather forecasting, stricter ship design standards, and enhanced crew training for emergency situations. The Wahine's legacy extends beyond the tragedy. It serves as a poignant reminder of the power of nature and the importance of preparedness. The disaster also highlighted the resilience of the human spirit, as demonstrated by the bravery of the rescuers and the survivors. Section 7. Lessons from the Waves, Maritime Safety in the Wake of Tragedy. The Wahine disaster forced New Zealand to confront its maritime vulnerabilities. The inquiry's recommendations led to a complete overhaul of safety regulations. Weather forecasting was significantly improved, with better coordination between meteorological services and shipping companies. Ship design standards were made more stringent, particularly for vessels operating in challenging conditions like the Cook Strait. The Wahine's sinking highlighted the importance of stability, watertight integrity, and efficient evacuation procedures. The disaster also underscored the need for comprehensive crew training. New protocols were implemented to ensure that seafarers were better equipped to handle emergencies, from navigating in extreme weather to coordinating passenger evacuations. The lessons learned from the Wahine disaster extended beyond New Zealand's shores. The International Maritime Organization, or IMO, adopted many of the inquiry's recommendations, leading to global improvements in maritime safety standards and practices. Section 8. The Wahine in Clay. A new perspective on a national tragedy. The Wahine disaster has been the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and films. However, a new Claymation documentary offers a unique and poignant perspective on this national tragedy. Using meticulous stop-motion animation, it recreates the events of that fateful day. The choice of Claymation is deliberate. It allows the filmmakers to capture the emotional intensity of the disaster, while maintaining a respectful distance from the real-life tragedy. The use of Claymation also makes the story accessible to a wider audience, including younger generations. The documentary does not shy away from the harrowing details of the sinking. It depicts the chaos and terror on board the Wahine as she sank beneath the waves. However, it also highlights the courage and resilience of the passengers, crew, and rescuers. By using Claymation, the filmmakers have created a powerful and moving tribute to the victims of the Wahine disaster. The documentary serves as a reminder of the importance of learning from the past and striving for a safer future at sea. Section 9. Conclusion. The enduring impact of the Wahine disaster. The Wahine disaster remains one of New Zealand's darkest days. It is a stark reminder of the unpredictable power of nature and the fragility of life. The tragedy left an indelible mark on the nation's psyche, shaping its maritime industry and safety regulations for generations to come. Yet, from the depths of this tragedy emerged stories of extraordinary courage, compassion, and resilience. The heroic efforts of the rescuers, the selflessness of the survivors, and the unwavering support of communities across New Zealand demonstrated the indomitable spirit of a nation united in grief. The Wahine disaster, though a source of profound sadness, also serves as a testament to the human capacity for learning and growth. It spurred a revolution in maritime safety, not only in New Zealand but across the globe. The lessons learned from this tragedy continue to save lives and make our seas safer for generations to come. The Wahine may be gone, but her story lives on. It is a story of tragedy and heroism, of loss and learning, of resilience and remembrance. It is a story that continues to resonate with New Zealanders and people around the world, reminding us of the importance of respect for the sea and the enduring power of the human spirit.